guys, Brittany J here. Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a full and in-depth tutorial on how I do my base, meaning my foundation, my contour, my highlight, my concealer, etc. So all of that good stuff will be in this video. If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also that little notification bell. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you want to see how I got this look and how I do my base, then please keep on watching. I haven't filmed a video in so long, I'm like, how does this start again? First thing that I start with for my base is obviously going to be primer. So I really love the Tatcha Silk Canvas Filter Finisher Protective Primer. That's a mouthful. I really like this one. I feel like it really smooths out my skin and smooths out my pores. I mean, I don't know if you can see, I got some pores going on here. So I like it in that area, but I do use it across my whole face just to make it even. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with that. And then just go ahead and blend that in with my hands. So once the primer is in place, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to foundation. Now, as you can tell, I do have acne prone skin. So for me, I do like going with a more full coverage foundation. My acne is one of my insecurities that I'm really working on. So I like going with a medium to full. I'm not a full like Jouer essential high coverage. Like, I feel like that's too full coverage for me. I'm more of a medium buildable person. So something to just cover up the red spots. So I absolutely love my NARS natural, what is it called? Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is definitely my favorite. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a little squirt of that on the back of my hand, and it's almost out. Come on. And then take my sponge. This sponge is actually a Makeup Shack sponge that I got at IMATS, and like, hello, new favorite. It's so squishy. I really like my sponges to be, say it, don't spray it, bitch. I really like my sponges to be really squishy. I don't like them being like packed and dense. It's just not my thing. So this one is like perfect for me. So when applying foundation, I use these dabbing motions as you see here. When you use a sponge, you don't want to like swipe and swipe and swipe. You want to dab it on. And I'm not doing eyeshadow today, so I'm just gonna go ahead and carry that over to the eyelid. And this side of my face over here, the right side, is definitely my more problematic side when it comes to acne and such. So sometimes I'll add a little bit more over here, but it's been a lot better lately, so may not need to. Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but this looks so yellow on camera. I'm kind of like freaking out, but it doesn't look like that in person, and I'm hoping that it fixes itself because I'm like scared. I look like an actual lemon head right now. All right, now step 2, foundation is complete. So the next thing I'm gonna move into is concealer. The only concealer that I ever use anymore, probably will never use another one again. Well, who knows, but the only one I use ever is my Tarte Shape Tape. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that underneath my eyes in these little eye bag area, you know what I mean? So this is the type of pattern I like to draw. So really getting in that eye bag region, and then on the side of the nose, and just coming down here. So it's like almost a triangle under the eye. And then I like to do a line down the middle of the nose and on the sides of the mouth, on the chin. And normally I would do down the middle, but it's pierced, so can't really do that. And then I'm gonna do it right here on the forehead to really bring attention to the center and not so much the rotund 10 head. We're just gonna go ahead and take that same sponge and blend that out. I definitely have to say that I think highlighting and concealing and contouring are like my favorite step of my makeup routine. I love the way your face just kind of morphs into this snatched ass bitch. And then after using the Shape Tape to do all my concealing, I'm actually going to grab another Shape Tape, a darker one, and use that to contour. So I like placing 3 dots like so, right slightly above where the cheek hollow would be, so it really shows. And then adding some on the forehead, towards the hairline. You really want to make sure all the light is focused on the center and that the outer edges are darker, so that way it makes your forehead look smaller, you know? And then on my jaw, and then on the parts of the nose where we did not add any concealer, so on the sides. And then now I'm gonna take a synthetic brush like this. This is a Morphe G6. Like a G6, like a G6. And I'm gonna use that to blend this out. So I like blending downwards because remember I went slightly above with the dots, so then I bring it downwards so that it's really in that hollow. Then go ahead and blend out the forehead. And I move this back into my hair basically, which is why I always have makeup in my hair, probably. But I like it to be really small on this head. Just go over the edges again with the sponge. Get the chins and the jaw, pulling this downward so it goes sort of underneath your jaw. And then I kind of squish the head of the brush. I don't know if you can see that. Focus. So that way I can do my nose. All right, and then after everything is placed, I'm gonna go ahead and take my Shape Tape in the lighter shade again and go ahead and clean up underneath over here. So just add a little line on both sides and just use that to kind of clean up any imperfections that we may have had. And then now when you look in the mirror, all you see is one snatched ass bitch, okay? Snatch, snatch, bam, bam. The light, you can tell, is hitting the highlighted areas, so it works out perfectly. Like I can see the light glowing right there, over here, on the chin. So that's kind of where you want to place the lighter concealer. And now we're moving on to the powder. So I've been really loving this Dermablend loose setting powder. I use the beige one. I really do like the way this feels. It's soft and very nice, very nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put that all over the areas where I put the lighter concealer. Now my skin is more on the dry side, so I actually stopped baking a while ago. I just more so just placed the powder here. There may be a little tiny bit of excess, which I'll wipe off later, but I really don't hardcore bake anymore. So I'm just gonna place that there. And if you're more on the oily side, you may wanna actually cake the powder on and bake with it. Let it sit there for a little while, but for us dry ladies, oh, and I wanna put some on my eyelid before that creases all up. So for us dry ladies, we just want to just set it. And then taking it under the jawline again, where we put that same concealer. And then I'll go ahead and press it into my chin and lip area. Really going to mattify myself here. And then lastly, again on the forehead. Now, if you're like me and for some reason does your eyebrows before anything else, I do like to do it like this, looking up so the powder isn't falling in my brows. And then I'm gonna go ahead and grab a powder bronzer. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion Soft Focus Finishing Powder. I got this, I wanna say, at Target, yeah. And I have the shade Creamy Bronze, and I'm gonna go ahead and use that to go over the cream contour. So it looks like that. It's a little on the warm orangey side, but I like it for my skin tone. So I'm gonna go ahead and place that over here and just really set in where we put the cream. And please always remember, before placing any sort of powders, to tap it off. Otherwise, it's a hot mess. I learned that the hard way. Now add a little bit to my forehead. I don't like my forehead being too warm. And then same with the jaw, just a little bit of whatever's left. So there you have it. We're all set. We're all powdery. We're all matte. And I'm gonna go ahead and move on to blush. So lately I have been really vibing with this Cotton Candy Champagne Blush Lighter Palette from Bakerie. So you have 4 blush shades here and they are all shimmery. And I've been completely here for shimmery blush. Like, I don't think I'll ever use powder or matte blush again. That's why I just used it. But still, I really prefer the shimmery one. And I never thought I'd say that because I always thought that's really weird. But when you pair shimmery blush with highlight, it's like, oh, major glowage. So I'm gonna go ahead and, what shade do I want to use? I think I'm gonna go with one of the darker ones. So I'll go with this one down here. Stop and Smell the Rosé, and I'm gonna place that on the apples of my cheeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and give a little smile, and put it right here on the apples, blending it together with that bronzer back here. So you can see it almost looks like it's a highlight, but, well, they do call it a blush lighter palette, so I guess it could be a highlight, but I use it for blush. And just put that right here in the apples, a little bit on the tip of the nose, like we frostbitten. And yeah, oh my God, look, I don't even need highlight. Like, that is so gorgeous. I'm in love. Okay, but moving on, we are gonna go to highlight, which is my favorite part. So because of the shimmery blush, I really don't need to use a liquid, like a liquid highlighter, like the Cover FX drops here. I really don't need to use them. But if you ever feel like you have a highlight that's just not glowing from outer space, you can always put this down as a base first. These are the glitter drops, and I actually prefer them to like the regular enhancer drops. I love the glitter ones. It's just a lot more powerful. So if you want to go ahead and do that underneath your powder highlight, it works well. But because I already have the shimmery blush here, I already really have a base. So I'm just gonna go straight into the highlight with no setting spray, with no added things. And I'm gonna show you just how powerful highlight can be and where I like to place it. So I have here my Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess highlight palette. So it's already dirty on the outside. Can companies please stop making things with white matte packaging? I freaking hate it. All right, so here it is, and here it is on the inside. So I wanna go for a really golden kind of look today. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade here, Muse. And like I said, no setting spray, no extra oomph, and you can just see how good this highlight is. So I'm gonna put it pretty much on the apples again, but slightly above the blush. So I'm gonna put it right in this area, and my goodness, this is just like literally such a great highlight. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? I really like putting the highlight in the apple area because when you're looking straight forward like this, it's still visible. But you don't have to do that. You could always start more right here and go back, and that way you catch it on the side, but I like doing it closer because I like the straightforward look of it. That's just me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the other side. Tapping off excess, like I said, any powder, just do that, just to be safe. All right, so now that I have it on the cheeks, I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the nose. So I definitely will put it on the tip and then on the bridge back here. Oh, and the brush that I'm using, I always get asked this, is a Morphe E28 brush, so it looks a little like that. I've been loving adding it here on the forehead, just above the eyebrows, so right there. That way when you turn to the side, you get that little, it's like I've been working out, been sweating, you know, that little look. And then I almost don't have to add it to the chin because I see it's already shiny, but I'm still going to. I mean, I'm still going to. So just a little tiny bit on the chin right there. Oh yeah. And then on the Cupid's bow. And then I'm lastly going to add that same shade in the inner corners and some on the brow bone. And here you have it. This is how I do my base every day. That's my routine, and I am so here for it. This is my right cheek, the problematic side with all the acne. I mean, you still see the bumps, but it looks smooth, it looks beautiful, and I'm here for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and add lashes, mascara, lipstick, etc., and show you the finished product and come back to say goodbye, I guess. Be right back. So here's the final look, all complete with lashes and lipstick. So the last step I'm gonna do is go ahead and set everything. So I'm grabbing my Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and I'm just going to give myself a quick spray over. Soak that all in. And there you have it. This is my full base tutorial. I hope it helped you. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, my handle is just BJ Makeup, spelled out like this. And until next time, bye guys.